Fire away.
First day of a John Tortorella training camp, was it kind of what you expected?
Yeah, definitely a lot of skating. Knew that going in, but definitely happy it's over. I think being in the first group was kind of nice. But yeah, I think just heading into camp, I think stuff like that's really good to build team morale and stuff like that. Guys are really pushing each other out there. So it's tough, but it's tough to play in the NHL. So I think it's great for our team.
Joel, how are you feeling after the surgery, and is it possible you'll be ready for first game?
Yeah, I mean, I feel really good. Obviously, constantly talking with my doctor and the guys here and stuff like that. So, I can't confirm yet what my timeline looks like, but for right now, I feel really good. I've been lifting quite a bit and, getting on the ice here for the last month. So definitely getting my body to where it needs to be and, just keep going from here. Obviously, like I said, talk to the guys here and my doctor and just go from there.
Joel, you're one of 3 NHL players known now to have had that specific type of artificial disc replacement surgery. Why did you feel like it was the right choice for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think, talking with Dr. Yoon at Penn Medicine after, getting an MRI in the summer, I felt it was probably the best decision in terms of, my pain level. And, I was having a lot of nerve pain going down my arm. So, I felt like it was the best decision for myself and, for my career. And, he did a great job. And, like I said, my body feels really good now. And, I'm having no issues with it. So.
Well, can you kind of take us into how the injury happened and just how surprising it was for you?
Yeah, it was my first week back in the gym, and I was actually racking up a bench press set, and it was a warm up, like it was 90 pounds, like it was really light, and just kind of reached back and just felt a really weird pinch in my neck, and from there was having a lot of pain and a lot of nerve pain and stuff like that. So went and saw my doctor back home, and then ended up coming here a few days later to talk to the guys here and get an MRI here, and then a couple weeks later was getting surgery. So
Carter, this is your first camp where you're the main guy. There's no veteran behind you. Does that change your mindset? Anything you're going to have to pass with playing more this year, especially being maybe 50 to 60 plus games?
No, I mean, I'm here. I'm ready. We're all ready to go. We're all excited for a new start. And I think that the changes we've made over the summer, we've added a few guys, Torts coming in. I think they're really good moves for our group. And I'm just really excited to get going here.
Carter, I saw that you were training with Connor Parkala and Tristan Jarry. Is Connor like the next Carter Hart?
Yeah, maybe. He came up to Edmonton there for a week and came out to one of our skates and got to come on the ice with us there. And so that was really nice to see him and his mom April there. So I know how much Connor looks up to me and then to Tristan as well. So it was pretty cool to have him out on the ice with us skating there. For
seeing him in pads and everything.
Yeah, that was the first time that I got to go on the ice with him as a goalie. So that was pretty cool.
Carter, you obviously were on the 2018 hockey team. Do you have any comment, anything you want to say about that investigation or anything?
Yeah, I mean, can't really talk about it right now. I wish I could. I'm respecting the process with the NHL. I'm fully cooperating with their investigation, but that's all I can really say.
The London police have also reopened the investigation, and so has Hockey Canada. Are you also cooperating with those 2 investigations?
That's all I can say right now.
Anything else?
Yeah, Carter, one of the things John has talked about the Vigorous defensive structure. Have you gone back and watched to see how Columbus played under him or how other teams he's played under him and how that sort of will affect you when you were game and maybe for the better and how the structure will change in front of you?
Yeah, I mean, I think him and Brad coached together in Columbus together. They had some success there, knocked off a #1 seed with Tampa Bay there in the playoffs. And I've had a brief conversation with Coach Brad, and I'm excited to what they're both going to bring to our defensive structure and to our game.
Joel, Chuck just told us about that 10 guys under 25 like that was Steve. You're one of those still younger guys, but you're also been there for a while. What kind of better leadership, because you are one of the veterans on this team, can you give to those younger guys who actually might be even younger than you that might make the team?
Yeah, I think the benefit of, our organization is how many good prospects we have coming up. You look at the Cates brothers, Tyson coming up and guys like that. So we have a lot of guys that are gonna be pushing for spots on this team. And, for me, I'm still a young guy, but, any help I can have for them is, I'm always there. And, I think this camp is gonna be really good for us, just having Torts, really push us and having those young guys see what, how hard it is to, play in the NHL and to stay there. So, I think just, lead by example. I don't think I'm at the point in my career where I'm going to be, the vocal guy. And I think just, keep my head down, work hard and, show these young guys that that's what it takes.
Joel, what was your focus part of this offseason and the injury you suffered at the end of the year? How long did it take for you to be 100% from that?
Yeah, I mean, made sure I was fully 100% ready to recover to be back on the ice this summer, and came back on the ice in about second week of July and got in a lot of good work with my goalie coach, Dustin Schwartz back home, and with Jari as well. And I got on the ice with Stuart Skinner as well. And I got to skate one time with Jack Campbell as well. And he's an awesome guy. And it was a really cool experience for me to go out and skate with him as well. And no, we got in a lot of good work this summer and ready for a long season here.
I know last year, you and Dustin, Kim, we made a few tweaks, and it seemed like numbers wise, especially for the All-Star break, it worked pretty well. How would you assess, kind of your year over the last year, and just in terms of anything else you have, make any other tweaks going this year?
Yeah, I mean, definitely had some focal points this summer, or after the season, going into the summer, and addressed some things and got better in some areas. And every summer it's the same. We always have some things we want to work on and get better on. And I mean, as athletes, we want to get better every day. So, but I mean, as far as last year goes, it's in the past. Obviously, it wasn't up to our expectations. So this year, we're looking forward to a clean slate and a fresh start, and starting off on the right page.
Joel, Chuck said that obviously you're not clear for contact yet. You've been participating. This going into camp, everyone knew this was going to be a really hard camp. John basically told everybody, make sure you're ready. Do you feel like because of the surgery, you weren't able to get as ready for camp from a conditioning standpoint as you would like to be, considering how hard it's going to be?
Yeah, I probably agree with that a little bit. I mean, I think, since surgery, all my lifts and stuff like that have been trying to build back a lot of strength. My main focus probably wasn't conditioning. But I feel like, the last month I've been, skating with the guys, and, we've been working really hard. I think, a lot of credit to Hazy and Coots for really pushing the guys this summer, and the captain skates and stuff like that. So, I feel like my conditioning is pretty good right now. I feel like after the skate today, I felt pretty good. Probably wasn't expecting to feel that good, but for me, I think, just getting back in these skates, it really gets me back into it. Training camp's supposed to be hard, and I try to push myself, to get ready for the season.
You mentioned about Sean Couturier that he was pushing you guys. I guess how demoralizing was it for the group to see him? Obviously there's not full clarity on what his situation is, but you guys were missing him most of last year, and now the possibility of missing him for an extended period of time this year.
Yeah. I mean, for sure, when you lose your number one center, it's not easy. I think, just back surgery in general is really tough, and not something you want to mess with. So I think as a team, and as, the staff here, we're really optimistic. It's not going to be too long, and he's obviously a crucial part of this team. So the sooner we can get him back, the better.
Kind of on a similar note to that, obviously you guys came in with a lot of excitement into this season. We spoke with Chuck, obviously Ryan Ellis, Sean Couturier, a couple more injuries. How do you guys make sure you don't get into that mentality of, oh, here we go again before we start the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think the focus is just, I don't want to say the next man up mentality, because the season hasn't even started yet. But, I think everyone right now is really just focusing on what they can bring to the team this camp and what they can show towards. So I think just focus on that right now. You can't dwell on what's going on, with other stuff like that. So just focus on this camp, and, we'll go from there.
Joel, circling back to your injury, and I hate to do that, I'm sorry, but Was this the first time you were able to like push yourself skating wise due to some maybe restrictions? Are you able to push yourself even more skating, or did they say, hey, calm it down?
Yeah, I mean, I think the last month I've been, really pushing it on the ice and in the gym. I think probably the first couple weeks after surgery, I wasn't really doing much, but whole month of August, I've basically been skating and trying to get back into shape. So like I said, I feel pretty good. I'm probably won't be able to do much of the scrimmaging here in camp, but I'll be able to do some practices and stuff like that. So really excited and looking forward to that.
Did you take part in any Syracuse games for the past few weeks, or?
No, I've actually, since I got surgery, I've been here, so I haven't been home too much, but main focus right now is the Flyers, so go from there.
Chuck told us that Ryan Ellis is likely not to play this season. How difficult of a time do you think it is for him? And have you guys been able to stay in touch with him to kind of keep his spirits up?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you want him to be healthy, and you want him to be playing for us. And I mean, he's a established player in the league, a veteran guy, and he's an unreal defenseman. So obviously, a huge loss if he doesn't play for us this year. But he was we had a little team to get together the other night or a couple weeks ago at Dolores' house, and he was there, and so it was nice to see him there. We haven't seen him in a while, so it was good to see him, and his family was with him, and he was in good spirits. So.
You're good friends with Tristan Jarry, of course. You made bets in the past with him about that. Do you guys have anything set for this season?
Not yet. I'm sure we will. We think of something every year. So we play against each other so many times, and it's a battle of Pennsylvania. So we'll come up with something, I'm sure.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.